So in this video, I'll go over weekly 11. So I'll be reviewing the copyright basics of intellectual property that we went over in class. So there are 3 types of intellectual property, including a patent, which is more of like the ideas and the processes, inventions and discoveries that are covered by like 20 years. And then there's a trademark, which is defined as a recognizable sign, design, or expression which identifies products or services of a particular source from those. And trademarks are, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Trademarks are covered by 5 years plus a renewal, and then there is also copyright. So U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 states that to promote the progress of science and the useful arts, by securing for a limited time to authors and inventors the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries. So this article, section, and clause kind of like sets the guidelines of the basics to intellectual property. So an author is considered to be anyone who creates things in expressive media, and examples of authors would be like artists, composers, cinematographers, photographers, programmers, etc. And the work that they do is defined as the thing that the author creates. And side note, when considering work, effort does not count. So then we moved on to obtaining a copyright, where we learned that expression has to have like communicative potential for one of the senses, and like fixation should be perceived long enough by one of the senses for a long enough time that other people can tell like what that creation is and kind of like receive its communication. Registration is not required. However, without registration, like you can't sue in court without like a registered copyright. It's concerned with by like federal law only. And then if registered first, statutory damages are included, not just actual damages. So publication and notice are 2 things that are also not required. And there are some cases that like must be compared to as if like the product or service was actually copied, or if it was just like random independent creation. And in that case, you would have to consider 3 questions, being, is there evidence of direct copying? Where and how was the original work published? And how similar are the 2 works? So there are rights that are included in copyright that can be listed as the right to reproduce the work, the right to make derivative works, the right to distribute the work publicly, the right to perform the work publicly, right to display the work publicly, and lastly, to transmit a sound recording. So copyright also includes like the first sale doctrine, which states that once something is purchased, the original rights owner gives up the distribution rights for that copy, which kind of brings us to fair use, where things considered are the purpose and the character of the use and the nature of the copyrighted work. Also included in fair use is like the amount and the substantiality of the portion used and the effect that it has like upon the potential market. So some things may be considered parody, where something like must be shown within work rather than, oh my god, I can't talk, rather than just like secondary materials like an interview or direct commentary. And it also must show purpose in criticizing or ridiculing the work.